And we can't guarantee that he won't throw B105's Rove McManus out the studio window, but anything's possible in just a tick.
That's why we love him. We're talking about Noel Gallagher from Oasis. He's doing the whole Hour of Power thing with Rove very shortly.
Okay, we better find these thunders. They've got the good stuff on.
Down the furniture, along with other possible projectiles. This is an Hour of Power with Rove McManus, Peter Helliar, and Noel Gallagher from Oasis.
All right, Noel, thanks for joining us.
Listen, anything I can do to bolster your bank account.
Well, you know, I do what I can.
Yeah.
I've got no idea how much I earned this week.
You've got no idea?
No idea.
I reckon, well, from what I heard of your job at the Arias, I reckon you're probably worth about $500.
Yeah,
I
think so too. Not pounds, though.
We'd pay you in pounds.
It's not that good. Now, have you enjoyed your stay in Australia this time more than last time?
Really good. Yes, I have. It's been like coming for the first time, actually. I can't remember nothing about last time. But it's a really beautiful place. I think it's like America maybe would have been if it wasn't spoilt by cowboys with guns.
Yeah.
I think.
What do you think of the States?
It's got spoilt by people with guns, really.
Have you been there? Have you done much touring there?
Yeah. We've done, yeah.
And they've embraced you well?
Every time we go on tour, we go there twice, because you've got to do the East Coast and the West Coast. But I think, being in Australia now for a couple of weeks or whatever, I think it's just really, the buildings are really beautiful and it's really old, and I think it's like probably America would have been before America's turned into some corporate society. I think it's really nice there. But I do really think you should think about rounding up all the English people and sending them back to where they come from. Because they'll ruin it.
How many English people do you bump into while you're overseas?
All of them. And they're all twats to a man. I mean, the girls are all right, you know, because girls are all right, aren't they?
Yeah.
But the geezers, I mean, it's like tonight, you know, there's always some idiot with a Union Jack waving it. Like, what are you doing that for? You know, what are we supposed to do? Go, hi, man. You know, do you miss PG tips as well? Yeah, it's a bummer.
But there are enough Australians in London, obviously, doing the same thing.
Yeah, but crucially, all the Australians work behind the bar.
We know our place.
Want to know what a black American... It's another Hour of Power.
So do you get tired of touring?
I do. Yeah, I'm sick to death of it now. I need to go home.
And what do you do once you finish touring? What do you do to wind down, to switch off?
Well, when I get back, I've got a couple of benefit gigs to do. I've managed to get roped into doing some stuff. But when I actually finally finish this bout of touring, which will be after Christmas, I think, I don't know, I'll just get out my atlas, pick somewhere on the map that's not about to explode. That's still. I might come back here for holidays. I don't know, because it's really nice.
You get bothered by the English tourists.
Yeah, but I would if there weren't so many English people out.
What you should do, you should come back here on holiday as a tourist and annoy some touring UK act.
No, I can't. But I'm not annoying.
I'm not saying you're annoying, but I'm saying you could take on the mantle of a tourist.
How could I? No.
Yes.
But what I'll do is I'll find somewhere nice to go to. I would usually pick Thailand, but that's a bit of a dodgy area to be going this time. So.
But Pete's been to Thailand and drank snake's blood.
Snake's blood, ended up in hospital with a Collingwood jumper and the Australian flag wrapped around my head.
Snake's blood and Red Bull.
No, I haven't mixed it with the Red Bull.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, I don't know. I woke up with a limp. That's all I'll say.
So with your touring, is there anywhere you haven't been that you would want to go to, or even again just for a holiday?
I'd love to go to China. I'd love to go to Nepal. I'm going to see the Taj Mahal before I die. That's about it, really. China, and I've never been to India, and I think I should go because of the Beatles thing and all that. But yeah, I'd like to go them places.
Just on the Beatles, Noel, you obviously influenced by the Beatles, and now you're influencing bands yourself, like Travis and Motorhead, who supported you during the Australian tour. What's that like, to be influencing me?
Well, it's all part of the musical note, isn't it? You know, and before us came the Stone Roses, and before them came the Smiths, and before them was the Jam and all that. You know, I always liken it to being, in the end, we'll just be one verse of a great big song, you know? And there you go. Or some bands are verses and some bands are choruses, you know. We'll probably be a rousing chorus, I'd have thought, of a great big long song.
Rove and Peter Helliar, 2-on-1 with Noel Gallagher from Oasis.
Don't look back in anger at
Now with Noel Gallagher and those blokes from Saturday Morning Rove.
I read that you believe that Oasis, you're a 5 times better band than you were last time you were here.
Yeah.
What's been the change?
5 years older, I think. 5 years. We partied a bit too much last. No, not too much. We partied as hard as you would expect young people in our position to have done after getting a shitload of money, you know.
Yeah.
We just had it large for a bit, and I defy anybody to do anything any different.
What was it like going from like working class to having shitloads of money?
It's like all your dreams come true.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, don't have to worry about anything anymore. You know, I've got a credit card, I can buy a house on it. It has no limit.
Gee, that's all right.
I tell you, man. You see, now, if you're really good at your job, you don't
I
want
should
that.
have one of those.
It's black American Express card.
A black one?
Apparently there's about 50 people in England now.
Have you got it on you now?
I haven't, and I should have.
I'd love to see
black,
it.
right? I remember taking it out in a shop in Japan, and the people going, "Oh, it's like Darth Vader's." You know, when you go into guitar shops and you say, "How much is that guitar up there?" and they just go, "Don't waste my time, Sonny Jim." And you just go like that. Look, I'll buy it now.
Put it on the black.
Put it on the Vader card.
We're gonna have
But that can cause trouble, you see, because in the years where I used to take drugs a lot, you know, and you'd be walking around London with the card,
just waving it around,
past the car shops. You know what I mean? Do you like that Rolls Royce? I'll buy that for you in a minute if you don't show up.
Three guys, one of them really, really famous. It's Noel Gallagher from Oasis.
Now, how are you? Because you recently had a car accident, and a halfway decent one with the Indies.
Pretty spectacular, apparently.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
I do remember it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I was it's my first car crash, man. It's my first near-death experience.
Take us through it. What happened?
Well, we were in Indianapolis on a day off, and we were going to a guitar shop to look at, some guitars and stuff, because we were bored. Me, Andy, and Jay, our keyboard player. And we walked outside the hotel and we hailed a taxi and we showed him this piece of paper and it had the address on, and of course he couldn't speak any English. So we did that and we're driving for hours and hours and we're thinking, does he know where he's going? Anyway, we got to the guitar shop and on the way back, it's this beautiful sunny Sunday evening about 5 o'clock. The sun is just going down. Idyllic, I never get in the front of a car ever. Right, because I don't know, I just never do. And I was sat in the front and I had my seatbelt on and I'm reading a manual for an effects pedal I've just bought. And then, sometimes when you're driving in a car and you're getting a bit of a near miss and you slam the brakes on, and you're getting close to the car and you think, that's all right, we're not going to be, it's going to be cool. Well, slammed the brakes on and immediately looked up and I just thought, we're going to crash. So there's the loudest bang I've ever heard in my entire life. And then it all went dark. Now, it went dark because the airbag had gone off. And these airbags, have you ever been in a car crash?
Not with an airbag, no.
Well, do you know the airbag is behind the dashboard?
Yeah.
The dashboard hits you straight in the face?
Yeah.
Not the airbag. It's like this big piece of plastic comes out and twats me straight in the face. So I'm pressed against the thing with this big, huge condom that's like a comedy testicle, right? Sat there. And, of course, the explosives have burnt me neck. And the guy who sat in the driver's seat is chanting. He's Moroccan, it turns out, right? And he's chanting some mad language. And I'm thinking, is this in it? It's a car bombing, you know what I mean? It's like some lunatic, man. So the police turn up and they're going, just sit down, sir. The ambulance will be along any minute. And they're going, do you have any ID? I don't carry it. I'm from England, Oh, okay, well, we're going to need some ID to take you to hospital. So I was like, I haven't got my passport, and they're going, where are you from and all this, and I was going, I'm from England and this, and then they started asking questions, and all of a sudden this guy turns up and just starts shouting, neck trauma. And then he throws me onto this plastic stretcher, and I'm thinking, because I can't see myself, obviously, and I'm like thinking, what's happened? And as he's putting me down, he's going, we're going to need some information from you, to take you to hospital. So I'm putting my hand in my pocket and get my credit cards out, right? So as he straps my forehead to the thing, and then my shoulders and my legs and my ankles, and if you can imagine, I'm sat there, it's boiling hot. There's like 200 cars in a traffic jam behind, and I sat there just looking into the sun thinking, I'm paralysed, I can't move. So the bloke takes out my credit cards and he goes, with the black credit card, and he goes, hey, you got a choice of hospital, sir. Which hospital do you want to go to? And I'm sat there. By this point, I've exploded. I'm going like that. It's the funniest thing, but maybe the nearest. After being in a car crash, the nearest will do. He's going, well, you can go to the Wilshire. The Wilshire's really nice. I'm like, just get me to the hospital, man. And they take me to the hospital, and the ambulance driver's going to Andy Bell, who's sat in the front. So, he's in the band. He's going, he's in a band, man. And he's going, what band is it? And he says, Oasis. And he went, Oasis, cool, man. And I'm sat there thinking, there's a fan in the front ambulance. And as he's taking me out, he's going, is it okay if I get a picture? And I'm like, what are you doing? Prop me up against the wall? A piece of meat on a surfboard.
Great shot.
You know what I mean? I was like, no, you can't have a picture. And so then we get into the hospital, and they give me this huge sweet jar full of painkillers, and they was like, take 2 every 4 hours and avoid alcohol. And I was like, really? So I was taking 4 every 2 hours and getting drunk 5 days in New York.
They seriously forgot
And then,
who they were talking
and then
to.
just carried on the tour, and here we are.
Now with more this is An Hour of Power with Noel Gallagher from Oasis. Noel Gallagher from Oasis.
In light of recent events, obviously you've been playing to Australian audiences, and does music become less or more important after recent events?
We were supposed to go to the Philippines after this, and was watching the news, and they said anybody that's going to the Philippines, avoid large gatherings of Westerners. And I was thinking, we are a large gathering of Westerners. So I was on the phone going, I don't really think it's a good idea, you know. And then they were saying, oh, we'll surround the stage with armed police and that, and I was like, that's not really rock and roll, is it? You know what I mean? So I think we're going to get the out of here and get home, I think. Yeah, it's because we're supposed to go to Philippines and Singapore, just a dangerous place on earth.
Yes.
I mean, it's like, you know what? I give a shit about the people in the... What about the fans? The fans can suck my ass as far as I'm concerned, because I'll never go back there, you know what I mean? It's like, sue me.
It's a good name for an album too, Suck My Ass. Just consider it for the next one.
The best title would be Suck Your Own Ass.
Sort of about going back to Manchester, is it because you grew up there, is it just there's people you've known since you were younger, so you're still Noel Gallagher, or when you go back, has things changed for you now?
Well, the city's changed because there was a massive bomb there in '96 when the IRA bombed the town centre. So a lot of it's changed. It's all very posh now. But my mates, God bless them, when I left Manchester in 1993, just before the first album come out, and we went all over the world, and I hadn't spoken to my 2 best mates, right, for about 4 years, right? And I was back in Manchester, and I thought, no man, I've not even spoken to them. They've not even... They was coming to see me in this band, didn't have a record deal, and all of a sudden it disappeared. So I go around to my mate's house. He's still living with his mum. Knock on the... Who is it? It's Noel. Opens the door. You know what the first thing he said to me was? I haven't seen me for 5 years. All right, Noel, how's it going? Going all right, Chris. How are you? I'm all right. You coming in? Yeah. So what have you been up to? Have you not watched the news? Filthy rich, man. Been to number 10 Downing Street, you pothead. Oh, how's the band doing? Only sold 25 million albums, for sake, man. We're like the Beatles. Yeah, someone said something about it. Oh, it's good to see it anyway, man. You're looking well.
And how much that it's written about Oasis, how much of it is true and how much of it is crap?
I got to say a lot of it's true. I'd say 70-30 in the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's bits that you read that you just think that are just so preposterous that you just go, well, people aren't going to believe that, so there's no point in suing anybody. But there is no smoke without fire. A lot of it gets exaggerated. Any figures that you see money-wise that have been paid out to anybody, or damage done, or amount of drugs taken, or amount of beers consumed, it's always exaggerated by about 5 times, I'd say. But, you know, if you read between the lines, I think...
Except how much you earn, that is never exaggerated.
No, never exaggerated at all. I earn an absolute bucket load of money.
Well, Noel, we will let you go, but thank you very much for chatting to us, Noel Gallagher.
Hey, listen, it's been a catharsis for me. I hope
B105.